और ये जब तक ज्वाइंटली वर्क नहीं होगा, कहीं से भी पोल्यूशन पैदा होगा और वो किसी भी राज्य के लोगों को प्रभावित करेगा। अगर सीवियर से प्लस में सिचुएशन जाती है, उसके बाद सीईओ की हम उस पर डिस्कस करके फिर उस तरफ बढ़ेंगे।
Close to 1.2 lakh machines bought with central aid to manage crop residue lie idle in Punjab. This, when deploying farm equipment or machines to deal with the problem of stubble burning, is considered one of the key interventions to check air pollution in Delhi NCR. Watchers point out that the Punjab government's model of spreading awareness among farmers to not burn stubble has been a flop this year. This is exemplified best in the fact that maximum farm fires have been reported from Sangrur district, the home district of Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann. Farm fires in Punjab are up almost double from last year, touching 14,000. While monetary incentives have not seen the light of day and machines and awareness efforts have proved kaput, the fear of penal action against those who burn stubble also seems to be non-existent.
In ensuring that the causes of pollution are tackled. In Punjab, there is continuous burning of parali. 13,000 plus incidents have taken place. It's a 33.5% increase compared to last year.
So the Delhi government blames farm fires in other states, saying a joint approach is the only answer. Haryana claims strong action taken passes the buck to Punjab. AAP versus BJP, Centre versus Punjab, Punjab versus Haryana, with little changing for the Aam Aadmi. It's become a global embarrassment, with many terming the national capital a gas chamber for a month more.
Well, here is what the Punjab Agriculture Minister has to say. He has said that stubble burning is not the cause of air pollution in the national capital. What he doesn't know is that he disagrees with his own party and what they've been telling the national capital residents for the last 4 years.
जो पैडी को आग लगती है पानीपत में, रोहतक में, आप मेरे को ये बताओ, उसका धुआं पहले दिल्ली पहुंचता है कि जो डेरा बाबा नानक गुरदासपुर अमृतसर को लगती है उसका पहुंचता है?
अभी कह रहे पंजाब की पराली का प्रदूषण दिल्ली नहीं पहुंचता।
नहीं पहुंचता। आप जाके दिखाओ मेरे को। सर मशीन के लिए जो दे दिया है वो तोमर साहब की जेब से थोड़ा गया, कहीं की जेब से थोड़ा गया, पंजाब की जीएसटी से मिला में। हमने उनको बोला कि यार इतनी जीएसटी देते हैं तो आप मशीनों के लिए दो हमें, तो दिया उन्होंने, कोई बात नहीं, हमने मशीनें भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दी, पर दूसरा क्यों नहीं दिया? ये बताएं कि दूसरा क्यों नहीं दिया? दूसरा आप जो 1500 थे, जो हम 500 पाने के लिए तैयार थे, 500 दिल्ली के सीएम पाने के लिए थे, 1500 रुपया केंद्र ने पाना था, उनका कोई आंसर है कि क्यों नहीं दिया? ये लोग बोलते हैं कि हम इतने चिंतित हैं जी, वो हैं जी, पंजाब में ये हो रहा है जी, पंजाब में वो हो रहा है। जब पंजाब की हेल्प क्या कर रहे हो ये तो बताओ। सेंटर ही दोषी है दिल्ली, बस पंजाब के किसान को बदनाम कर दे, पंजाब को बदनाम कर दे, एक ही काम है। कई गवर्नर साहब को बोल देते हैं बदनाम करने के लिए, कभी आप लग जाते हैं, समझे कि नहीं? मैं तो देखो आपको बोल रहा हूँ कि तोमर साहब को बोलो कि एक टीम भेजो, आप ही आ जाए तोमर साहब, और मतलब हरियाणा के खेती-बाड़ी मंत्री को लो, मेरे को लो, चलो पंजाब में लंघते हैं, देखते हैं।
Well, it's interesting how the minister traces how the smoke from Haryana reaches Delhi early and not from Punjab. Let's tell you what the Aam Aadmi Party has been saying for all these years and what the minister concerned is saying right now. And this is not to target a particular political party, but to exhibit to our viewers how the politics around this issue has really led to us a situation where policy is not the focus. Now, this is what in 2016 to 2021, these are the various statements that had come from the Aam Aadmi Party. Punjab made Delhi a gas chamber. This was when the Congress party was in power in the state. Now, Punjab farm fires are not choking Delhi. You heard the agriculture minister just speaking right now. Punjab government does nothing for the farmers. That's what they had said earlier. Haryana causing pollution in Delhi. Last time and repeatedly before the Supreme Court, before the National Green Tribunal, the Delhi government had repeatedly said that the farm fires from Punjab and Haryana are equally responsible. Now they say that there is no help from the centre and no work is possible. Now the onus or the responsibility somehow has shifted to the union government. Delhi government helped create biodegrading chemical. Punjab should too. You'd remember that chemical that was developed by the Pusa Institute was much talked about and how it could be an alternative to stubble burning. That didn't help too much. Let's now move forward and look at some more statements that were made in the past. But these statements that we have put out for you viewers really show us that how the political narrative changes from one position to another, when you're not in power to when you come in power. Let's now take this question to our viewers as well. If you have a point of view, if you want to share what your thoughts really are on this entire matter, or if you are a resident of Delhi NCR region and facing this smog, call us and share your views. NCR is choking yet again and our netas have failed us. What do you think? Please join us on the broadcast. Call us on this number 0120-434-1895. While opening up this question to our guest as well, we are expecting Mr. Rajiv Babbar from the BJP to join us in a few minutes from now. We have Mr. Vimlendu Jha, who's an environmental activist, Dr. Parthiv Sangvi, who's a senior pulmonologist, and Abhinandita Mathur, who's the spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, who will also join us on the broadcast in just a few minutes from now. I want to come to you, Dr. Sangvi, first, because this is a larger health emergency, a situation that we are facing right now. Tell us, what does this severe AQI really means for each of us who's breathing this air? And more importantly, for the children living in the Delhi NCR region, because various reports would tell us that it's the children who are the worst affected in the immediate and in the long run.
Yeah, hi, good evening, and thanks for inviting me to the show.
Yes.
Now, AQI, if we were to elaborate, is air quality index. And air quality index is shown at various parts of the city on a day-to-day basis, which tells us what is the quality of air, whether the pollutants which are present in air as a result of the vehicular smoke and other pollutants is crossing the deadly limit or not. So that is why you might have seen at prominent locations there are signboards which tell you on a day-to-day basis about the air quality. Now, on a routine in metro cities like say Mumbai or Delhi or other cities, we have a lot of pollution as regards to factories or vehicles which are plying on the roads. And especially the smoke which emanates from the vehicles is one of the bigger factors for polluting the air. Now, in the problem comes basically in the winter season, because in the winter season we do not, the air quality, it basically thickens and there is not much of movement. Now, at such points of time, when we have smoke blowing from other regions coming into our city or our air, it adds to the pollution.
And Dr. Sangvi, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, but because this is because of the paucity of time we have, can you also tell us about the health implications it has?
Precisely. So that's what I was coming at. So usually on an average, in a city like Mumbai or Delhi, it's like, have smoking around 10 to 15 cigarettes a day when you are walking on the roads on a day-to-day basis. But when all this stubble burning smoke comes, it is, calculating, if you were to calculate, it would go beyond 30 to 40 cigarettes a day, smoking in this. And now the biggest problem is, rising respiratory problems like asthma. Asthma is one of the biggest problems.
And sir, on that note, I want to bring in our political guest as well into the discussion. Asthma, breathing difficulties, each time multiple allergies that me and my family members face because of the rising pollution. If you have somebody at home who has diabetes or a heart condition, it becomes far worse for them. We have with us on the broadcast Mr. Rajiv Babbar as well. And we have Siddharth Sharma from the Aam Aadmi Party who's with us on the broadcast. Siddharth, I'm coming to you first. Is the statement coming in from the Punjab Agriculture Minister really defensible?
I've lost your audio.
Can you hear me, sir? Am I audible to you?
I've lost your audio.
All right, we'll just try and fix that. We'll just fix that. Meanwhile, Rajiv ji, I'll come to you. Help us understand, how do you see this entire situation? I mean, you can raise a lot of questions on the Aam Aadmi Party, and we are raising too, but the government of Haryana also needs to be held accountable. The air pollution or the air we breathe right now do not respect the state borders. It affects all of us equally.
No, I totally agree. The Delhi's problem actually is because, unfortunately, it is like this, that, you have a big organization, and in big organization, you need a full-time CEO. In Delhi, unfortunately, we have part-time chief minister who is not interested in Delhi, who is actually busy in roaming here and there. And that's the problem. He is not able to focus because his aspiration to become a national leader is more than the life of Delhi people. That's actually the real problem, because the government is in power from last 8 years, every time, every winter, the same issue. Now this time, they have a problem because in last 7 years, if you see the television debates, they were blaming Punjab for the Parali burning, but this time they are in problem because they cannot do it because they have their government there. So the point is the real action. I'm not blaming, but first of all, I want to tell you what kind of real action are actually in Delhi. I'll give you one example. Center government invested more than 60,000 crores. They have made this eastern periphery, western periphery. Now 60,000 trucks every day are going outside Delhi. Those who were making Delhi a polluted city. This is a real kind of effort which center government has done. If you have seen
Mr.
NH8,
Mr. Babar, I'm interrupting you because this is an issue which encompasses a lot of things. And you're right when you say that when the union government spends a lot of money in building the state-of-the-art infrastructure, you are helping the cause of, having a cleaner air in the long run for all of us. But that's not the point on which I am right now. I am talking something very specific today. Delhi, for most part of the year, has a bad air quality. That's a given, right? It's only during this season after Diwali, when there is stubble burning, it gets very difficult for all of us to survive. We suffer. Right now, we are addressing the issue of stubble burning. Stubble burning happens in Punjab and in Haryana. Would you want to speak from the side of Haryana? What has the government done to reduce stubble burning in that state?
See, see what happened in last year also. When this complaints were there.
Yeah.
Haryana government took very serious action, and we have actually, issued a satellite picture last year, which was showing the effort of Haryana government. The same kind of efforts are done by Haryana government even today. Yeah. And I am not saying that, we have to blame only a Punjab government because there is a Aam Aadmi Party. I'm saying that all the states have, they all have become responsible for other states because it's actually, life of everybody is important. So I'm not defending a state, but I'm saying the effort which Haryana is doing, which they did last year, that has resulted, in good numbers as far as results is concerned. But Punjab,
I'll bring in Vimlendu on that point. Before I go to the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, we have callers who are reaching out to us. Dr. Mahapatra from Cuttack, Odisha is with us on the broadcast. Dr. Mahapatra, tell us, what do you think?
I think actually the central government should bring a law, enact a law, so that the stubble burning is completely banned. And the state should be made to pay for the pollution or the environmental pollution they are doing over the Delhi. This should be a central law enacted and implemented. And financial punishment should be made both on Haryana and Punjab.
Sir, something on these lines was actually thought about. It was actually thought about, but it was never really implemented for various reasons. Mr. S.K. Sharma from Jaipur is calling us. Mr. Sharma, tell us what you think.
मैम, कैन आई स्पीक इन हिंदी?
जी सर, बिल्कुल, बोलिए आप।
मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि ये जो इश्यू है ना, ये इश्यू एक्चुअल में क्या है कि जो पीड़ित है ना, वो ही जान सकते हैं। इसकी जो पीड़ा है ना, वो पीड़ित जिनके घर में जो सफर कर रहे हैं, जो जिनके घर में बीमार हैं। बाकी ये जो एसी और जो एयर प्यूरिफायर में बैठने वाले और टीवी पे डिबेट करने वाले, ये तो केवल एक डिबेट की चीज हो गई इनके लिए। एक्चुअल में सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी कुछ कर नहीं रहा है। और जो अभी डॉक्टर साहब जो कटक से बोल रहे थे, जो उन्होंने कहा इस पे लॉ लाना चाहिए
जी,
तो मैं उस बात पे उस पे भी सहमत हूँ और उनकी राय में मेरी राय है। मैं एक अलग से ये जानना चाह रहा हूँ, डॉक्टर साहब जो ये पल्मोनोलॉजिस्ट बैठे हैं जी, मैं इन सर से ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि ऐसी कंडीशन के अंदर, क्योंकि अब आम आदमी तो बेचारा हो गया, बेसहारा हो गया, वो तो देख रहा है, वो तो पीड़ित है और वो तो उसका शोषण हो रहा है। तो ऐसे में डॉक्टर साहब ये जो एयर प्यूरिफायर का इसमें कितना क्या रोल है, कुछ ये थोड़ा सजेस्ट करें तो आदमी 10-5 हजार रुपए लगा के कम से कम दवाइयों से तो बच सकता है ना।
नहीं शर्मा साहब, मैं ये सवाल आपका जरूर लूंगी डॉक्टर साहब से और आपको इसका जवाब भी जरूर दूंगी। और द सेंस ऑफ डेस्परेशन, जिस हताशा से आप बात कर रहे हैं, वो कहीं ना कहीं हम सबके अंदर है, क्योंकि कई साल से हम दिल्ली की हालत देख रहे हैं। और दिल्ली की क्यों, जब पोल्यूशन बढ़ता है तो जयपुर में भी उसका असर होता होगा। आई वॉन्ट टू गो टू द आम आदमी पार्टी स्पोक्स पर्सन मिस्टर सिद्धार्थ शर्मा इज विद अस ऑन द ब्रॉडकास्ट। सिद्धार्थ जी, डू यू अग्री विद व्हाट द पंजाब एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्टर हैज सेड?
Well, it's a fact that compared to last year, the stubble burning has come down across North India for the simple reason that the Delhi government has introduced biodecomposers on 3,000 acres, and in Punjab also the data shows that from nearly 3,000 stubble burns, it's come down to 1,000. The stubble burning is a huge issue because Delhi geographically is right in the midst of western UP, Haryana, in Rajasthan is also nearby, Punjab, Haryana. So Delhi is right in between the agricultural bound. So it's not just that if Delhi can reduce its stubble burning, which obviously it will be doing, Haryana also has to do that, Punjab also has to do that, Uttar Pradesh also has to do that.
But sir, aren't your own leaders on record to say that if they were elected to power in the state of Punjab, stubble burning would be completely done away with? So were those just tall promises to come to power?
No, I think you did not hear me completely. Stubble burning in Punjab, which was at 3,000 fires last year, as of today, it has come down to nearly 1,000. So there is a nearly 2/3 sharp drop in Punjab, and this is not something that I am saying on television. Satellite pictures are there. The satellite pictures are very clear. The stubble burning has come down. The area of stubble burning has come down. But the thing is that this is not enough. It has to be a holistic effort. Sadly, the top leadership of India, the union government, doesn't seem to be that much interested or that much serious in this. When we say you spend money on infrastructure, it's not about spending money on infrastructure. You have to sit with people, you have to sit with scientists, just like Delhi did. Delhi went ahead and talked to the Pusa agricultural scientists and came up with a biodecomposer.
But I fail to understand this argument, Siddharth. You may have all the right and a rational argument to say that you need help from the union government, because it is only the union government that can get different states to sit on the table and get them talking. Point taken. But when you were not in power in the state of Punjab, you used to blame the Punjab government every now and then that they are responsible, they should be held accountable. No, sir, this question has to be asked, and I will ask the same question to the BJP as well. I am asking this question to you directly. Now, when you are in power, why are you shifting the goalpost and blaming the union government?
No. Where did I? I didn't shift the goalpost, ma'am. I've shown you the data that in Punjab, after Aam Aadmi Party has come into power, the stubble burning cases have come down 2/3 within 1 year. This has to happen not just in Punjab. It has to happen in Haryana. It has to happen in Uttar Pradesh. You will have to call people from government officials or representatives of people from Uttar Pradesh, Haryana and Punjab.
So do you concede that all those statements that were earlier made on the Punjab government when you were not in power in that state were political hyperboles? Is that something you would agree with?
The viewers, I very humbly suggest to the anchor that the viewers are very clearly seeing that Aam Aadmi Party is giving out data about what it is doing.
I will take that data to an expert on the panel. No. I will take that data to expert on the panel, and I would also like to make a point that the stubble burning season is not over. The data is yet to come. Vimlendu, Rajiv ji, I'll come to you and give you the chance to respond to everything. Vimlendu, do you agree with this argument of the Aam Aadmi Party that the stubble burning has drastically come down? And I have a question to add, that is this data at this point in time even credible, for the simple reason that the stubble burning season is not over yet?
Absolutely, Anusha. So I will, please allow me to complete my points, because the political representatives have given you a lengthy, mischievous answers, all of them. So first of all, we need to understand, short answer to your question, is the data from Aam Aadmi spokesperson with regard to stubble burning correct? No, it is not. It is inaccurate. And second is that it's too early, as you rightly said. And if you take out the news reports of last 7 days of the instances of stubble burning, and many reports actually suggest that there's more fire than last year. And the reason why there's more fire last year is not because the fire instances have increased and more people burning stubble. It's also because of the unprecedented rain. That's point number one. Point number two, that we need to understand, if I have to buy in the data that Aam Aadmi spokesperson is suggesting, then in that case, it verifies my argument largely that Delhi has its own source of pollution. We need to understand that Delhi's air is polluted through the year. Almost 363 days out of 365 days, Delhi is in bad air quality. The first good air that Delhi actually had was on September 16th because of rain. And almost 35 to 40% is transport, or 20 to 25% or 30% is almost construction. There's, Delhi government cuts 3 trees every hour. There's open burning of garbage by both MCD and AAP as partners there. Everything together collectively happens through the year. So we need to understand that Delhi's problem is a lot of Delhi's problem itself. It's a lot of pollution comes from Delhi itself. And the other is that it's also an airshed. We will have to really look at a North India's approach, and that's why central government is also responsible.
Vimlendu,
for,
the reason,
Vimlendu.
Like, I'll come to you. Vimlendu, the only reason I am pointing out to this specific period of time is because this is the time when it gets out of hand and everybody, each political party resorts to political statements. It was very convenient to blame another political party and now to cite this half-baked data which is being put on television. And that is why I brought you into the debate. Please make your last point, and then I need to bring in Rajiv ji into the discussion.
For an issue like this, Anusha, for air pollution that kills 1.5 million people every year, I think it's very important that central government and respective state governments come together. And you know what? As a citizen of Delhi who lives in Delhi, and I've been unwell last 4 days, and every other person that I know is unwell last 6-7 days. Aam Aadmi Party should take responsibility and accountability, and BJP should think about air pollution as a national issue.
A health emergency.
If something can kill 16 lakh people every year, we need a national agenda.
And health emergency in the north of the country. That's the point. Rajiv ji, please make your point, but also answer, as somebody who's in public life, that you're the government at the union level. It is only the union government that can ensure that all the state governments sit together and have some kind of long-term solution.
I totally agree with our expert, and I just want to I am on a very responsible television channel, and I'm telling Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, because he was talking about the data. I'm saying that every alternative day, are you ready to release the satellite picture of Punjab? I'll make sure that we'll release the satellite picture of Haryana, because that's our responsibility. See, you are talking about data. Data is, as I have given you, central government effort now resulted 60,000 trucks are going outside Delhi. That's the real data. So please talk with responsibility when you are on this kind of channel. I want to tell you very clearly, because since we have a part-time chief minister, he is not interested to work. What happened to the biochemical, which was, you please understand.
We also have a part-time prime minister who national health emergency.
Siddharthji, I will come to you and give you the opportunity to respond. Please allow the BJP spokesperson to finish. One at a time, please. One at a time, please. Siddharthji, please. I'll come to you. Rajiv ji, make your point. Rajiv ji, make your point. Rajiv ji, make your point.
You to release. I'm taking responsibility that I'll make sure on this channel every alternative days we'll release our effort, what we are doing in Haryana. Number one, please try to understand what I want to say. Where is the biochemical which you made? Where is that? You publicized, on this, almost 18 crore you spend it on 45,000 rupees of biochemical. This kind of advertisement government is creating
you've raised
a problem.
Some pertinent points. And I have limited time. I want to take these questions to the Aam Aadmi Party, and then I want to give... And then I want to give the medical expert also the last word on the show. Siddharthji, 2 points. Siddharthji, 2 points. First, you cited data, which not just me, the expert on the show says, Mr. Vimlendu Jha, who's an environmentalist and also a political opponent, that this data right now is not credible for the simple reason that the stubble burning is not over. Second, there was much talked about, so let me finish. There was much talked about the fertilizer, the biochemical that was supposed to be used, that was an alternative to stubble burning. To what extent has that been successful, sir?
300 farmers were benefited because of 14 crore rupees of advertisement. That's a real
Rajiv ji, Siddharthji, please go ahead.
Very specific questions, very specific answers. As far as biodecomposers are concerned, 3,000 acres as of today in Delhi are being sprayed with this biodecomposer, and that is why as your environmentalist also accepted that the fire burning process, the fire burning Parali season is still on. We can only take a call as of today. And as far as satellite data is concerned, that satellites belong to governments, and satellites are in the private domain.
So that data is not conclusive. You and I know that.
Pictures, so nobody has to release them. It is for the public domain. And as the environmentalist very rightly said, be it Aam Aadmi Party or BJP or anyone, everyone, as you very rightly said, this is a health emergency. All of us have to sit together, come up with a plan, and it's not just a plan on paper, we have to execute it on ground.
Sir,
And
I'll ask you one more question. I'll ask you one more question. Siddharji, I'll ask you one more question that I asked you in the beginning of the show. I'll ask you that question again, which is that do you agree with what the Punjab Agriculture Minister has said, that the stubble burning of Punjab is not affecting the air in the national capital? Is that the statement you agree with, Siddharji?
In what context he said that? No, but the point here is that as of today, the stubble burning compared to last year in Punjab has come down.
Sir, there is no data. There is no data. There is no data that conclusively establishes that. I want to go to the callers. I want to go to the callers. Ravi Shankar from Puducherry is calling us. Ravi ji, you are hearing our political spokesperson, our netas as well. Tell us, what do you think?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me in the show.
Good evening.
I stayed in Delhi from 1995 to 2007. But the stubble burning issue has cropped up the last 10 years. It is the issue which we have to look into in terms of opportunity for the people, those who are burning the stubble, because they don't have the means and ways of disposing the stubble burning. So the micro level, because the waste management, we look into the waste management context, this gives a tremendous opportunity for making agro-based waste turn into a kind of what we call the fuel.
Well, Raviji, I only hope that our politicians thought like that. There are no policy solutions that have been presented, but I hope the political representatives are hearing you on the show, and yes, it could be an opportunity. Raghu Bhushan from East Godavari, Andhra Pradesh is also calling us. Raghuji, tell us what you think.
Yeah. Anusha ji, thank you for taking me on show. Good evening to all.
Evening.
Basically, thing is, this blame game goes on from up to BJP and BJP to up. Say nobody knows how the air being carried away from which state it is coming to Delhi. Nobody can argue and come to a conclusion. But anyway, Aam Aadmi Party is very good in giving the freebies. Let them give air purifiers also free to all the individuals, all the Delhi citizens, so that at least some comfort will be there.
Well, Mr. Bhushan, I have an air purifier at home, and I can tell you it doesn't make it any easy. It gives us different set of problems altogether. I have last 1 minute on the show. Dr. Sanghvi, thank you for being a patient listener to all our political representatives. I think all the viewers would want to know that we have to live in this toxic haze, in this toxic air. And one caller wanted to know particularly to what extent do air purifiers really help as we end the show today. Dr. Sanghvi.
Not really. As you rightly said, air purifiers are of minuscule value even in the home. Outside, or forget it. So the amount of pollution which is there, and at all levels, different gases, these air purifiers cannot really work. So it's more for namesake that you have something called an air purifier at home, but these things do not really
These things do not really help. Sir, if somebody